Hey there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? I don't know if you're on with me yet. I'm just getting everything loaded up. So, let's see here. As long as everything loads. Alrighty, I think we're set and ready to go. So, few things. The in-person classes, as you know, have changed, and I am focusing more on hosts now. So, if you would like to host, I have July 16th, August 20th, or September 17th available for Saturdays during the week anytime. Let's see here. Just a quick reminder, a lot of you don't order the kits, but I will say this. If you are looking ahead to do any kind of Christmas or birthday shopping and need some quick $20 presents to go in a bag kind of thing, this is a great opportunity, because if you buy one, the second one is half off, and that means even if it's more expensive, I do believe. So that would be a good thing for you. I forgot to turn my light on. Hey Lise, how are you? Let me turn this on real quick. Ooh, wrong light. Hold on. I will get there. Like, I know something's shadowy. Oh yeah, huh? Let's see here. Is that the right one? That one is. There we go. Okay. Oh, all right. Hey Pam. Hey Iris. Hey Lise. So as I was saying, I'm focusing on the host stuff right now. So if you'd like to host, I have July 16th, August 20th, or November, I am so sorry, September 17th available. Whew. And just let me know. Not a problem. So, also the kit collections, as I was saying, great time to stock up for Christmas or birthdays or whatever else, because if you buy one, you get the second one half off, and I do believe that's even if it's more expensive. So you definitely want to do that. Okay, so all right, so for tonight we're doing a money pocket kind of card. Couple things to note. I'm not doing a raffle anymore. It wasn't doing what I needed it to do, which was to bring in new people. So I'm just going to be doing a project. Simple, right? So that's what we're doing tonight. Just a project. Getting back down to basics. I don't know. Occasionally you get too much going on, and then you're like overwhelmed and can't figure out why, because you're doing all this extra stuff, right? So there you go. All right, so for tonight we are creating this cute pocket card with no stamping, I do have to say. Okay, so we're gonna do this overlay, and then we're gonna do the base. We're gonna do it in different colors, but it's okay, right? So, but no stamping. I know, right? Weird. So, for the ribbon, I chose a different ribbon. This is the window pane check ribbon. I thought it went nicely with the browns. So, that's what we're gonna do to make it a little bit different, because you know we gotta do that, right? So, I mean, that's all there is to it. Hey Cheryl, how are you? So I'm getting my punch out for my ribbon. We used to have these guys. We don't anymore. I love it because it goes through metal too. So, but such is life. Alrighty. So for tonight, I'm getting rid of most of this. These fit in the slimline cards quite nicely. This is the project for tonight. Okay. So I'm going to put all this to the side, and we're going to cut out all the bases and all those pieces right now. So we're going to do the darker for the outer base, and I forgot. I need the arm out. Let's see, do I have enough room? Just barely if I'm off to the side. Okay, so let's move. All right, so 7 by 7 1/4. So we're gonna do 7 1/4, and we're gonna do 7 this way. Okay. All right, now on this 7-inch side, we're gonna put this up so we don't cut anymore, hopefully. And then we're gonna cut at, or score rather, at 2 inches and at 5 1/4. Now, I will say this. If you want, where'd my sample go? If you want, instead of there being just a little bit of glue down on the bottom, if you want a tab to go over, cut it about a 1/2 inch longer and then cut your tabs and do all that. But, you know, it's whatever you want, right? So, all right, so that is our base. Okay, got it? The seam actually is gonna go in front, so it's hidden by the designer paper, okay? So, and then the designer paper on the outside of the base, we're gonna do the same thing. That is 3 inches by 7. You're not gonna wanna cut your notch until after you've got this piece glued on, so that way you don't have to punch it twice, okay? So this is 3 by 7. Okay, so there's that piece. Then the pull-out piece, which you want to be probably a lighter color. You can have it the same. It's just however you want to do it. I'm going to do it in, the darker is early espresso. This is crumb cake. So the pull-out is also 3 by 7, the same as the designer series paper on the front. So there's my 7. Here's my 3. Now, this is the piece I want to keep. Now, there's also an angled piece, and that's 3 inches by 4 inches. So I'm actually going to grab this other piece so I don't waste as much. And this is, 4 inches. And then we're going to go by 3. Okay. And then, let's see here. On the 4-inch side, we're going to measure at 2 inches. So on the 4-inch side, let's go down here so I can see. We're going to measure at 2 inches. And you'll see why in 2.5 shakes. Yeah? So we're going to go from the 2-inch to the upper corner. You could turn it and do whichever upper corner you want. It doesn't matter. I'm going to aim to cut most of my pencil line off. So what that does is that gives us our angle for the bottom of the pocket, whether it be this way or this way. Doesn't matter, okay? So there's that, and then we're going to grab our white, and let's see if I have scraps somewhere that I could use. I'm sure I do, right? So this is going to be 5 inches, just a tiny bit cut off. Awesome. 5 inches by 2 3/4. Okay, so that is our spot for inside that angle. This here, that's what that's for. Okay, and then the rest of it, we're just going to piece and part together Except for the top, I do need to punch. And this is where you get your scraps, your little thin pieces that you did, right? So for that, I'm gonna grab here, and it just barely fits, so it's perfect, okay? And that is what you need for the top. And you're like, but wait, it was 2 pieces. Yeah, it is. We're gonna cut it in half, so we'll get it, no problem. So this is gonna go to the wayside, okay? First and foremost, glue. Glue, glue, glue. Now, if you don't want to use multiple kinds, use tear and tape as your only, if you have to pick, okay? But, and then just figure out which one's going under, which one's going over. If you want to measure, so be it. I'm just gonna put some more on there and it'll be just fine. How much more do I got? Just a little bit. So like I said, if you want to create a tab for on the bottom so it sits better, you can do that. Not a problem. But for me, I'm just gonna do some tear and tape. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my snips. And we are going to fold this one over. And then before you glue the other side, you got to peel this, right? Maybe. If it's not going to go, put your finger, warmth of your finger on it and you'll be just fine. Okay? So now I can go across both ways. So there's my pocket. Now I'm gonna glue my designer series paper on there. And you can go all the way up, you can go all the way down, you can go centered. It's up to you on what you do. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my punch. And you're gonna hold this closed. You're gonna go through all the layers, okay? So it's a little bit hard, but it does it just barely, okay? So there's my piece, so my pocket sticks out. Okay, so let's get this angle done. Now I did find one thing. You will want to get this piece glued in before you do your angle, because it's just hard. Straight up just hard for coordination if you do it otherwise. So there's that. So what we're gonna do is throw this on there. Now if I were stamping, I'd be stamping it first, but I'm not doing that tonight. So how's everybody doing? Have you had dinner yet? It's light out longer, so I didn't know if you did or didn't, you know, all those fun things. Let's put this across here. Now remember, this is a pocket, so you don't want to glue here. You want to glue here, the 3 other sides. And you want to make sure to get them pretty darn good. And you can make this a little bit wider if you want. If you want to hit gift card, you know, if you want money and that kind of stuff to go flat, you're going to want it to go a tiny bit differently. So you'll want to add about a 1/2 inch to it. Okay? All right. So we're just going to peel and stick. Peel and stick, peel and stick. Okay. I'm excited because I think tomorrow or Friday I'm supposed to be getting my my box in for my pre-order. So be looking for, once it arrives, I'll schedule a time that I will be doing. Okay, so all right, so let's see, should we do hooray? Should we do you're stronger than you know? Should we do you're a champ? Should we do you did it? Nice work. I don't really like these because they have the wrenches on them. Let's see. You're a classic. So this is all out of the He's the Man set, okay? Chicken and rice for dinner. Yum. We ran out of time, so I ended up having McDonald's, and it was okay. And that's all I'm gonna say. So, I don't like these two because, yeah. So, should we do hooray, you're a champ, you're a classic, or stronger? You're a classic. Hooray. Okay. Where's Miss Gina? Let's see. Are there any other ones in here? Oh, wait. Hope your day is a grand adventure. I found more. And then if we want Father's Day Best Dad Award. There's so many in here. That's the you make me happy. I just didn't want something that was beer-ish, we'll just say, you know? So, hooray, you're a classic? Okay. That's not exactly how that was supposed to go, but I think that's how it's gonna go. Oh my goodness. That's too funny. Alrighty. So I'm gonna get my dimensionals to pop this up. You want to be careful and not go too many layers on this because it still has to fit in your sleeve, right? That's why. All right, so. Okay. So I do have to tell you, next week, you're a champ. Hi, Pam, you got to be a tiny bit quicker, hun. Maybe we'll put that on the outside. So next week, I'm going to be showing you how to partial emboss with the embossing folders for your information. So hooray, you're a classic. No, hooray, you're a classic. We'll do that. Oh, that would be too funny, huh? So you do have to pay attention to where you put this stuff. Actually, I want to put that a little lower. So hopefully we haven't got it too far down. Please, please, please peel. If you go slow enough. So here's the reason why I'm peeling this right now. Because I forgot I still have to put the pull on the top. Okay, so I'm going to cut this in half with my snips. I'm going to put this like this, and I'm going to grab my Crop-A-Dile. We used to have this. I'm going to use the bigger hole because I can't seem to find a punch that's this size right now. So there you go. That's the why. Okay. And what we're going to do is glue this on both sides. So what I'm going to do is glue one and then line up the other one. You want to do this with tear and tape and not the seal because you're going to have movement pulling on that ribbon. So you want it to be a tiny bit stronger because you have only this little bit of glue, right? That's the why. Okay. So now we're gonna put this up here. And we're gonna flip this guy over, and then we're gonna put another piece on there. Maybe. Okay. So we're gonna put this here. And I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember when the suitcases used to have the like decorative labels back in the 40s, 50s, and maybe a little bit into the 60s? All right, so to get this lined up, if you take your thumb on the glue and put it up here and line up your hole first and then kind of drop it down, it works great. But those suitcases that had the quilting and everything, that kind of reminds me of that with that label. So yes, I still have one like that. My grandma actually gave me hers. And so I do still have an older, like from the 40s suitcase that has that kind of quilting kind of look that I'm talking about. So I know all these things. So anyways, so I'm gonna stick this here and jam it through. You're gonna want to make sure to go about 1 inch longer so you have space to trim off the end that you poke through, because it's not as pretty, right? So there's that. It's a little frayed, you know, all that fun stuff. And you don't want it too terribly long because you don't want it to catch in the envelope, okay? So that is our piece, and then we should have a nice pocket down here. We do, just checking. And then make sure you put your words inside far enough down that they kind of get hidden when you poke down. Hey Gina, I was wondering about you, honey. I actually asked, where's Gina? She's late. So, and then these fit quite nicely in our slimline envelopes, which is why I said you can make it a tiny bit wider if you would like. Not a problem. And it still fits. However, you don't want to go edge to edge or even 1/8 of an inch in because it is a little bit thick. You want to at least have a good 1/4 inch, okay? So you total. So, I mean, you could go probably a good another 1/2 inch if you wanted to on the width to make it a little bit, that gift card pocket a little bit bigger. So, okay, but slimline envelopes. So there you go. Okay, so I have to ask you, which one, the brown or the blue? I like both of them. That's the problem. I like all of them. So these are good. This one, for some reason, is not staying down. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the bottom of that. I might put a little, actually, let's just fix it right now. I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to grab here. Okay, and I'm going to measure real quick this way, and this is 3 1/4. Okay, 3 1/4. So I'm going to do like 3 1/8. Cut that off, and then I'm going to go 2 inches because I just want that lip, and I can always cut more off, but. And then we're going to score it at 1. See, this is what happens when you can make stuff, right? So there you go. Since this isn't staying closed, what I'm going to do is just glue a cuff, for lack of better terms, on the bottom. Okay? We're going to fix that right now. Blue, 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 brown. Okay. I like both of them, so do I have to pick? So that's all there is to it. Oh my goodness. So Gina, I know you walked in late, but I'm not doing the raffle anymore because it was not doing what I needed to do in the sense of growing the audience. I needed more people to come in, and I needed more people invited, and it was not happening. So I decided to go simple, and we're gonna do great projects, and that's it. And hopefully that'll be enough for you. So, all right, so we're gonna grab here. I'm gonna throw my thing in the seam real quick, and then I'm gonna bring this up and pinch it. And now I don't have to worry about my thing falling out the bottom. There you go. Okay, so that's how you fix things on the fly, right? So, okay. And you could emboss this, you could stamp on it, you could do all kinds of things, but hey. So there you go. All right, so now that the blue one's finished, I'll ask you which one you like better. So I like both of them, but if I had to pick, I'd probably say the brown, just because it's more coordinated. That's the why. So this one has a lot of different colors going on, even though I like blue and that's why I picked it. But yeah, this is a little bit more coordinated, a little bit more toned, shall we say. So thank you for joining me. Next week, we're going to be talking about partial embossing. And what I mean by that is how to take an embossing folder and only do sections. Okay? So that is what I am working on for next week. So it will probably be cards. But like I said, I've been waiting for a box to come in, and it's supposed to come tomorrow finally, and it's been a full week and a little bit. So, I don't like waiting. One of the many reasons I'm a demonstrator, so I don't have to wait as long. No, I don't get shipments faster, but I do get to do pre-orders and start about a month earlier, so that's the why. So anyways, so follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. Tomorrow morning, 9:30, Thursday. There will be a tutorial for this if you didn't catch the measurements, or if you want them in writing so you can print them out. It will all be on there, ready to go. Thanks again. So, stampingwithjohnny.com. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.